When my grandfather left from Europe, he left from Ivangorod, Russia. When my grandmother left 8 years later, she left from Deblin, Poland. It was reasonable to think that when my grandfather left Europe, my grandmother moved to a town where other family lived. But she didn't. She didn't go anywhere. Ivangorod, Russia, and Deblin, Poland are the same place. A place with one name when it was part of the Russian Empire and another name when it was under Polish rule. The purpose of this video is to remind genealogists that they should consider changes in the names of countries, states, counties, cities, and streets when reading documents. Let's start big and then drill down. Worldwide border changes. Here are two interesting sites that give you the evolution of countries and border changes over the years. The first is a Wikipedia page listing national border changes since World War I. Changes are arranged geographically by continent and then by year. And here's a 3-minute video that covers European country changes over the last 1,000 years. That should be long enough to cover your research. Speaking specifically about countries, One World Nations online site is a very useful resource when trying to convert old country names to their current names. For example, the Danish Antilles is now the U.S. Virgin Islands, or Abyssinia is now Ethiopia. JewishGen's Communities database is an excellent site where you can find country and town names for places with Jewish communities over 4 time periods: before World War I, between the wars, after World War II, and today. Please see our video dedicated to this database here. The Thought Company has a site they call Countries That No Longer Exist, which is a list of countries whose names have changed, have split up, or combined with other areas to form new countries. For city name changes, there's a Wikipedia page that details worldwide city name changes within countries. For example, Edo became Tokyo in 1868. Or did you know that St. Petersburg, Russia became Petrograd in 1914, then Leningrad in 1924, and then back to St. Petersburg in 1991. Revolvi is a trivia and list site loaded with city name changes and lots of other short panels on country and border changes and other odd facts. Military History Now has a page that discusses the issues faced by North American cities during World War II. Many places with German-sounding or German place names had to decide whether to change them. For example, a number of towns named Berlin changed their names. Berlin, Iowa became Lincoln, Iowa, and the town of Berlin in Ontario, Canada became Kitchener, Ontario. Closer to home in the U.S., you can watch a video displaying the history of all continental counties added, expanded, and reconstituted for the last 400 years, from 1629 to date. I'm not sure what happened to Hawaii and Alaska, but this one will keep you busy. Or if you want to see all the county change detail in text, the Atlas of Historical County Boundaries from the Newberry Library in Chicago allows you to choose a state and then drill down to see a list of all their counties, a chronology of changes over time, and an interactive map. And just for fun, did you know that there were states that were either proposed or never admitted to the Union? Mental Floss has all the info here, and armed with this information, you're sure to make any Jeopardy fan jealous. Finally, let's look at street name changes. Steve Morse, creator of the famous one-step genealogical solutions, created a listing of selected cities and street name and building number changes when he developed his census finding aids. When dealing with street names, try doing online searches to determine if the city you're interested in has a page detailing changes over time. Also check with reference desks at public libraries in that city or consult city directories. For example, genealogists created a list for Atlanta, Georgia, and another for Cuyahoga County, Ohio, which includes Cleveland and surrounding neighborhood street name changes around the turn of the century. And don't forget about trying for non-U.S. cities as well. The Lodz Area Research Group created a database of city street names from 6 different period maps spanning 1913 through 1999. By the way, the city name itself for Lodz, Poland, was changed during the German occupation to Litzmannstadt and then back again after the war. Things change, and then things change some more. Even now, we see changes in Crimea or new countries like South Sudan. As genealogists, we need to consider that when we see a country, city, or street name on a document, that information belongs to a point in time. information as of a point that may have since changed. This has been another helpful video from the Jewish Genealogy Society of Long Island. Please visit our website at www.jgsli.org for more information on our monthly speakers, beginners workshops, and other projects and resources. And visit our Facebook page where you can take part in conversations with experienced researchers. Whether you're on Long Island or an out-of-towner, we'd love to hear from you. Good luck with your research.